Chat GPT is an extremely powerful tool to help you automate some of your everyday tasks. Now, wouldn't it be nice if you could use Chat GPT within your Google Sheets spreadsheet so that way you could automate many of your spreadsheet workflows? Well, in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can do that and how you can become a lot more productive by knowing how to leverage this new technology on your spreadsheet and doing tasks that would take you ages to complete in seconds. Okay, so to use the power of ChatGPT within your Google Sheets spreadsheet, we're gonna need to bring an add-on, and this add-on is gonna allow us to access some of those capabilities right within our spreadsheet. So if you just type GPT on the Google add-on marketplace, you will see this add-on right here, GPT for Google Sheets and Docs. So all you need to do is install it as I'm showing you right now. Once you install it, so all you need to do is close the window, and you can click on extensions and open it right from here, or it will also automatically open as you saw now. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this option is not completely free, and it makes sense because the company generates a cost using ChatGPT for you to obtain the results. So the way that it works is that if you go right here and you click on buy a pack, you can buy a pack that's gonna give you access to so many different commands and words that you can access through ChatGPT. Assuming you have that, you should have no issues. There's also, when you first start using the add-on, you have access to 10 cents, which should be enough to do some interesting things. So to start off with, one of the things that I like actually, and you can just use regular ChatGPT for this, you don't have to use this necessarily, but this is pretty powerful, is to get ChatGPT to generate formulas for you. So for example, let's say that you want to say, generate a formula that provides me with the last 30 days in the current calendar. After you do that, you click on generate the formula, and as you can see, the formula is generated. We can just simply copy and paste it on a cell. And as you can see, this is a pretty cool way when you're confused of what formula to use to get ChatGPT to tell you the right formulas to use. Okay, so let's say that you work in marketing or any other type of similar role, and let's say that you have a list of companies right here, and your job is to create a whole bunch of slogans for each of those companies. So one of the cool things that you can do is set up your spreadsheet in this way where you have a prompt that you would enter in something like a ChatGPT. So in this case, we're gonna say generate 5 slogans for these companies. Now, what companies? These are gonna be companies, but the cool thing is that we're gonna keep this dynamic. So this is gonna be really interesting. Now, in this concat, what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the built-in function in Google Sheets to concatenate. And what this does is this adds 2 strings or multiple strings of text into one single cell. So we're gonna take this, and then we're gonna take all these different companies right here, and what this is gonna do is create the best prompt, which takes the prompt itself and the companies that should go in the prompt. Now, once we have that set up, don't worry about this. I know it looks a little bit messed up, but don't worry about that. You're gonna see the magic that this is gonna perform. So we're gonna enter equals chat equals GPT, and then we're gonna go here on GPT list. We're going to select this as the prompt, and that's all we need to do. You just enter this list right here, click on enter, and as you can see, this is going to generate the headlines automatically. And the cool thing about this is that this is going to be dynamic. So anyways, we can see some of the headlines right here, very interesting stuff. And if we change one of the company tickers, so let's say we're gonna change this now to Meta, then everything will automatically update. So this changed, the prompt changed, and now the output is going to change to reflect this as well. Now just be careful with this, because the more you run these functions, the more of a cost you're gonna generate for yourself, but just keep that in mind. Now we're gonna move to the other really valuable use case, which is that GPT can generate tables for you. So if you type GPT and then go to table, we're gonna need to enter a prompt. So in this case, we're gonna say generate 10 different countries with largest populations. Generate a table of 10 different countries with largest populations. Perfect. And now it's going to ask us for the headings that we want GPT to include in the data. So we're going to select country population, land mass size in kilometers, and the primary color of the flag. If we click enter, we're just gonna adjust the size of this. You're gonna see how automatically GPT created data for you. Now, when he creates data for you, just verify the information so that way it doesn't make any mistake and you submit a mistake to any type of work that you do. But as you can see in this case, it has different countries, it has the population, it has the land mass size in kilometers, and the primary color of the flag. Of course, you can adjust this to be for your specific use case. GPT can also classify your data. Now I'm gonna show you a very simple example. This is something that you don't even need GPT to do, because this is something that you can do just with simple formulas. But if you have some very complex examples where you need to classify information based on complex data, this is definitely the best way to do it. What you're gonna do is type GPT. We're gonna go to the GPT classify. So after you're gonna select this, we need to classify this specific value, but we also need GPT to take into account the categories. So in this case, this is the payment outstanding. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna use our handy dandy concatenate formula again. So we're gonna take the payment outstanding, and then we are going to take the number right here. Now the one thing we need to do is to make sure to lock in the B1 cell, so that way when we drag the function down, it's gonna pick up the right value. You will see what I mean in a second. So we got the concatenate, and then what we need to do is enter the categories that we want to classify by. So in this case, we can have a paid, just like this, and then comma, and then the other category will be not paid. After we do this, all you need to do is close the quotes, click enter, and GPT should do its magic and classify this. Now, one warning about this is that when it comes to numbers, GPT, as you can imagine, is not perfect. But when it comes to classifying based on categories, it is very good. So just keep that in mind. And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna drag the function across. So because this cell is locked in, now it's picking up this value right here. And you can see that this has provided an output. Now, like I said, it's not perfect, and we probably need to add some more information so that it does a good job in this case. But for information where the data is more based on actual categories as opposed to numerical values, it is pretty accurate. The last example of the usefulness of GPT in Google Sheets is that you can use the GPT function in any cell at any time for whatever you need. So for example, let's say that we want some artistic ideas. What we're gonna do is enter the prompt, give me 5 different names for green color variations. So as you can see, just by entering the simple prompt and then clicking enter, you're gonna get back the result that you want right away without you having to go online and look for this information. So this is quite helpful. Now you know how to use Chat GPT in Google Sheets like a professional, so be sure to use this information to become a lot more productive. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to share this video with a friend so that way they can take advantage of this information and take their productivity to the next level. I'll see you in the next one.